from their chart-topping hits to their behind-the-scenes drama. A complicated relationship between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. Former lovers, bandmates, and creative partners, their dynamic has fueled both their greatest masterpieces and their most public falling outs. Now in his 70s, Lindsey Buckingham recently opened up about Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac. Did time and perspective soften Buckingham's views on his former partner? Or do the wounds of their turbulent past still linger? Let's find out. Fleetwood Mac's rise to superstardom truly began in 1975 when Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks joined the band. Before their time in Fleetwood Mac, the two had been a couple and creative partners, performing as the duo Buckingham-Nicks. Their self-titled album, released in 1973, did not achieve commercial success, but it showcased their undeniable chemistry. Stevie's haunting yet angelic voice paired with Lindsey's intricate and innovative guitar work. The decision to bring them into Fleetwood Mac came down to one condition set by Lindsey. Mick Fleetwood, the band's drummer, confirmed this during an interview with Rolling Stone in 2013. Lindsey didn't come in without Stevie. That was very much part of the deal. With the addition of Buckingham and Nicks, Fleetwood Mac transformed from a blues-oriented band to a polished pop-rock group, setting the stage for their meteoric rise. Their first album together, titled Fleetwood Mac and released in 1975, was an instant success. The record included hits like Rhiannon, written by Stevie, and Monday Morning, written by Lindsey. The album catapulted the band to mainstream fame and laid the foundation for their signature sound. However, even before their breakthrough, early cracks in Lindsey and Stevie's professional and personal relationship began to appear. By the time Fleetwood Mac started working on their follow-up album, Rumours, the relationship between Lindsey and Stevie had ended, creating deep emotional strain within the band. Despite this, their breakup became a surprising source of creative inspiration. Many of the songs on Rumours were directly influenced by their fractured relationship. In a 2014 interview with BBC Radio, Stevie Nicks admitted, "It was a very bitter breakup, but we had to be together. We couldn't just walk away from the band, so instead, we put it all into the music." Lindsey Buckingham channeled his frustration and heartbreak through the band's iconic hit, Go Your Own Way. The song conveyed his raw and angry feelings towards Stevie. Nicks, on the other hand, responded with her introspective and wistful ballad, Dreams, reflecting on moving on while maintaining respect for the bond they once shared. In a 2021 interview with The Times, Lindsey reflected on the tumultuous creation of Rumours, saying, "We had to channel all that hurt into the work. That's what made the album so good, but it was exhausting in every other way." Despite their personal turmoil, their creative partnership was electric and unstoppable. Mick Fleetwood later described their chemistry in an interview with Rolling Stone magazine in 2013. The chemistry between Lindsey and Stevie was complex, but it was magical. They challenged each other, and that's what made the music so special. While Fleetwood Mac reached unparalleled heights of success with Rumours, the emotional toll of their relationship weighed heavily on both Lindsey and Stevie. Their collaboration continued to produce iconic hits, but it became increasingly marked by tension, arguments, and unresolved emotions. As Fleetwood Mac's fame continued to grow, so did the tensions between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. Although they managed to maintain a professional relationship for years after their breakup, personal grievances and creative clashes simmered under the surface, creating an environment charged with conflict. By the late 1970s, Fleetwood Mac was a global phenomenon thanks to the success of albums like Rumours and Tusk. However, behind the scenes, arguments between Buckingham and Nicks, along with tensions among other band members, had become routine. Their polarizing approaches to music exacerbated their personal frustrations. While Lindsey was known for his perfectionism and obsession with detail, Stevie gravitated toward a more free-spirited, emotional approach. Mick Fleetwood addressed their creative friction during an interview with BBC Radio, saying, "Lindsey was a genius, but incredibly demanding. Stevie, on the other hand, brought this ethereal quality that balanced things out. Together, they made magic, but it often came with a price." Much of Fleetwood Mac's later work reflected the ongoing tension in their relationship. During the recording of Tusk in 1979, Buckingham's desire for experimental sounds clashed with Nicks's preference for traditional, melodically driven songwriting. Reflecting on that period in the Rolling Stone magazine in 2021, Buckingham admitted, "We were pulling in different directions. I wanted to push boundaries. Stevie wanted something familiar, something comforting." While creative differences fueled their musical brilliance, their personal resentment often spilled into public view. Among the most infamous moments was a physical altercation during a band meeting in the late 80s, shortly after Lindsey announced he was leaving Fleetwood Mac. Stevie later recounted the incident in an interview with Vanity Fair in 1971, saying, "He was screaming at me, and I wanted to hit him. It got so bad that I had to be physically restrained." Lindsey's departure from Fleetwood Mac in 1987 marked the culmination of years of discord. While the official narrative at the time emphasized his desire to pursue solo projects, both he and Stevie have since admitted that the strained relationship between them played a major role in his decision to leave. In a candid interview with The Times, Lindsey said, "I don't think any of us could take it anymore. It was either leave or implode." Despite his departure, Buckingham reunited with Fleetwood Mac several times over the following decades, often rekindling both the creative spark and tensions with Stevie Nicks. The band's 2013 world tour saw moments of nostalgia and camaraderie, but underlying frictions always remained. Stevie later reflected on their relationship during another interview with Rolling Stone in 2014, calling it complicated but necessary. She admitted, "Lindsey has always been my greatest musical collaborator, but we've never been able to separate the work from the personal." The drama reached another peak in 2018, when Buckingham was fired from Fleetwood Mac just as the band announced their next tour. Although the band reported it as a group decision, Lindsey believes Stevie played a key role in the development. In an interview with Rolling Stone in 2018, he said, "I think Stevie didn't want to work with me anymore. She gave the band an ultimatum, and they chose to move forward without me." These public and private battles have left a legacy of emotional wounds, but they have also crafted Fleetwood Mac's compelling narrative. Their decades-long relationship remains one of the most fascinating and tumultuous partnerships in music history. Now at 75, Lindsey Buckingham has taken a reflective approach to his complicated history with Stevie Nicks. After decades of public and private clashes, Buckingham has shared new insights into their relationship, highlighting both its creative brilliance and emotional toll. In a recent interview with The Times, Buckingham addressed the deep connection he once shared with Nicks. He described their relationship as mutually transformative, saying, "What Stevie and I shared was unique. It allowed us to create something enduring, something that will likely outlive us both." However, he also acknowledged that their personal struggles often tainted their working dynamic. "We loved each other, but we didn't always know how to navigate that love alongside the pressures of fame." Buckingham appears to have softened over the years, appreciating the extraordinary music born out of their tensions. In an interview with Rolling Stone, he said, "She brought something to Fleetwood Mac that was irreplaceable, this mystique, this magic. While it wasn't always easy, I know now how special it was." Despite this acknowledgement, Buckingham has not shied away from addressing the pain caused by their ongoing conflicts. Reflecting on his firing from Fleetwood Mac in 2018, he expressed his frustration, saying, "It wasn't just a professional betrayal. It broke something in me that I don't think can ever be fully mended." Even so, Buckingham has made efforts to come to terms with the past. He suggested during his interview the times that time and distance have softened some of the anger he once carried, though unresolved tensions remain. "It's hard to let go of certain things, but at this stage in my life, it's more about gratitude than resentment." Regarding Nicks, Buckingham's reflections showcase both admiration and lingering bewilderment. He described her as both an essential part of his artistic journey and a source of deep emotional strain. "Stevie and I have woven something into the fabric of each other's lives. It hasn't all been good, but it's been profound." As Buckingham continues to perform and record as a solo artist, it's clear that his memories of Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks remain deeply influential. He concluded his Rolling Stone interview by admitting, "It's bittersweet. I don't know if we'll ever work together again, but the music we made, those songs, will always hold a piece of my heart. Buckingham's candid reflections reveal how time has allowed him to appreciate the complexity of his relationship with Stevie Nicks, while also acknowledging its difficulties. The partnership between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks is one of the most compelling and enduring dynamics in rock history. Their relationship, both romantic and professional, shaped not only Fleetwood Mac's legacy, but also the broader narrative of how personal turmoil can fuel creative brilliance. Even decades after their most iconic work, the lingering effects of their connection can still be felt today. Buckingham has often acknowledged that their partnership was a double-edged sword. In an interview with The Guardian, he noted, "What made us great was also what tore us apart. You can't create something so intense without it leaving scars." Those scars continue to inform Fleetwood Mac's identity, as fans remain captivated by the raw passion that defined their songwriting. Much of the band's appeal came from the way their personal lives bled into their music. Songs like Buckingham's Go Your Own Way and Nicks' Silver Springs immortalize the heartbreak they endured, giving listeners an intimate window into their complicated bond. Mick Fleetwood reflected on this dynamic in Rolling Stone, stating, "The tension between Lindsey and Stevie was as much a part of Fleetwood Mac as the music itself. It made the band human, relatable, and flawed, and that's why people connected with us." However, the enduring tensions between Buckingham and Nicks also carried a cost. Their working relationship became increasingly strained over the years, with both unable to fully reconcile their differences. In her 2020 interview with the Los Angeles Times in 2020, Stevie Nicks described Buckingham's influence on her as both inspirational and challenging, saying, "He pushed me to be better, but at the same time, his intensity could feel overwhelming. We were always walking a fine line." Despite these challenges, the musical magic they created together has outlasted their personal conflicts. Fleetwood Mac's back catalog continues to inspire new generations of fans, proving that the power of their music is far greater than the sum of their disagreements. Buckingham, reflecting on this legacy in an interview with Variety magazine in 2022, said, "In the end, what we created was bigger than either of us. That's what really matters." While Buckingham and Nicks may never fully repair their personal relationship, their impact on music remains undeniable. Their turbulent collaboration left behind a body of work that has endured for nearly 50 years, built on a foundation of emotional vulnerability and creative tension. The relationship between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks is as much a part of Fleetwood Mac's legacy as the music itself. Their complicated dynamic, a mixture of love, heartbreak, admiration, and bitterness, shaped not only their careers, but also the cultural impact of the band. Even now, decades after their breakup and collaborations, their intertwined stories continue to captivate fans around the world. Fleetwood Mac's success was built on this tension, but it also came at a cost. As Buckingham reflected in an interview, the band was a beautiful but volatile experiment in the human condition. That experiment produced some of the most memorable and emotionally charged songs in rock history. Yet, it also left behind wounds that time hasn't fully healed. For Stevie Nicks, their relationship remains an enduring chapter in her life, as she once described to Spirit, the Los Angeles Times. "Lindsey and I were always connected, even when we fought. There's no one else who could have done what we did together." Their chemistry, both as artists and individuals, was unique, and it created a body of work that resonates far beyond their personal battles. While Fleetwood Mac as a band may never fully reunite in its original form, the legacy created by Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks remains untouchable. Their music continues to inspire fans and musicians alike, standing as a testament to the heights that creativity can reach, even when forged in conflict. As Buckingham himself put it in Rolling Stone, "What matters isn't what went wrong. It's the moments of brilliance we were able to create together." With those moments, Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks ensured their place in rock history, forever linked by the magic they made and the chaos that came with it.